Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to remove transparent plastic background in Photoshop. And also, we will dive deeper into using background eraser tool, duplicating of layers, merging of layers, making path blur for making shadow, and masking. Now let's get started. So here in our document, I have here an image of a counter of a kitchen, and on the other document, I have here a photo of this plastic container. So the first step here, let's drag this container in our original document. So to do that, what I'm going to do is to press V for the move tool and click and drag it here on our original document. And try to notice this one. When I click and drag this container from these things, you can see that this has a solid color, or from the other word, it's not that transparent at all, because if it's a transparent, we can see that flower when I bring this container here. You can still see the flower. That should happen, but this one isn't. So to do that, first let's rescale this plastic container. So we have these anchor points because we're using the move tool. So I'm going to click and drag this one into the right size, maybe something like this. But actually, we can still rescale that one later on. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. To make this one transparent, we are going to make use of the background eraser tool. So to locate the background eraser tool, you can go to the menu bar and find the eraser tool. So this is the eraser tool look like. That's the default tool. We'll right click on that and you can see here background eraser tool. Yes, this shows the icon. Click on that. Then let's go to the options panel here on top. Select this one here in the middle. All right. So this is sampling once. Then let's go here in the limits. We're going to set the limits. Click this one into contiguous. Okay. So this one. Then for the tolerance, you can set this one into amount of 20. Then let's go to the layers panel. Make sure that where you're going to apply the background eraser tool is selected. So here in the layers panel, yes, click on this container here. All right, now once it's selected, look at this. I already have this brush here on my screen. So as you have noticed here, that the brush is big. Yes, that's right. So make sure that the brush size is bigger than the object. All right, so that we can only just do it one click brush. Okay, so something like this. By the way, for the shortcut key of increasing the size of the brush, you can just press closed bracket key. And for decreasing the size, open bracket key. All right, so this one is okay. Then from the object, now choose a part or a color of the container, which one you want to erase. I'm going to find here something like a grayish, light gray. Okay, so something like white. All right, let's choose here. There you go. Once I click that, as you have noticed here, it erased the same color of it all over the object. Okay, look at that. That's it. So we already removed the gray color here. So look at this. If I click on this layer, press Ctrl or Command plus T, and I click and drag it here, you can see that this container is already transparent. All right. But the problem here, that this container is so thin. So it's something like it removes some of the details on this plastic container. To fix that, on the layers panel, we're going to select on that plastic container layer. Then we're going to duplicate this one. So press Ctrl or Command plus J. All right, so that's the first one. As you have noticed here, it adds more detail to the plastic. It tried to make it thicker. All right, so let's add another one. Press Ctrl or Command plus J. Okay, so I already created 2 copies of it. Well, that's looking better. So we're going to merge these 3 layers. So click on the top layer, press Shift, hold it, and click here. Make sure that these 3 layers are selected. Then press Ctrl or Command plus E to merge these 3 layers into one. There you go. Now look at this. This one's much better, isn't it? So press Ctrl or Command plus T, and let's click and drag it here on the object. Look at that. Looking much better. All right. So now, because it's here on the table, or even a transparent object will still have shadows. So this one doesn't look realistic because it doesn't have shadows to it. All right, so we're going to make use of a light shadow here. So to do that, create another duplicate of this container layer. So going onto the layers panel, click on this layer, press Ctrl or Command plus J. Then from this layer down below here in the middle, right click, double click on that. Let's name this one as the shadow. Then with that shadow layer selected, let's go to the menu bar, go to filter, then choose on blur gallery. Under the blur gallery, find path blur. Okay, so we have this arrow. So I'm going to click the endpoint of the arrow here. And this arrow moving downward. Okay, something like this. And then let's setting panel of this blur tool. So here on the right side, from the options here, I'm going to untick the center blur. So look at this. So it created a blur moving down. Then for the speed, I'm going to set this one just into amount of 48. Yeah, this one is okay. Look at that. It created that reflection like shadow underneath this container. This one is okay. So for the endpoint speed, let's just leave it there as 56 pixels. That's fine. Options panel and then select OK. There you go. All right. So if you want to add more opacity to the shadow, let's go and create a duplicate layer of that. So here in the shadow, on the layers panel, click on the shadow layer, press Ctrl or Command plus J. There you go. Now it's getting more darker. Then let's select this both layer, click on this one, press Ctrl, hold it, and click on the other one. They're both selected. Press Ctrl or Command plus E for the merge. Then we're going to do the masking here. So go down with this shadow copy layer selected, go down here and add a mask. Click on the layer mask thumbnail and let's get the brush tool, or you can just press B for the shortcut key. Then for the options panel on top, we're going to make use of a soft brown brush. For the opacity, 100% is okay. Flow is 100% as well. Then for the foreground color, I'll make sure it's set to black. Then I'll start masking from this top part of this container to remove those path blur that we just added. All right. And there you have it. So this one is the before and this one is the after. And that is how to remove transparent plastic background in Photoshop.